Along the marsh wall comes a group of laborers returning from their short day's work. Typical specimens these of the Norfolk peasant, wiry in body, pleasant in manner, and intelligent in mind. Their lot, though hard, is not unpleasant. Much of their work is that of an agricultural laborer, but in this part of Norfolk it is more varied than in ordinary agricultural districts. They have just returned from cutting the reed. Protected by their long marsh boots, they may be classed as waders, for they spend much of their time standing in water up to their boot tops. Nevertheless, they are happy and healthy. The octogenarian, who is down the bank lacing his boot, is one of those whose life is a puzzle to the physiologist, for he has been exposed to all kinds of weather all his life. He has been badly fed, has drunk spirits enough to float a wherry, and chewed bad tobacco enough to load it. Nevertheless, he blithely carries his 86 years. The two young men carry meeks, short scythes much in vogue in the Broads. A healthy, merry crew they stride along, startling now a coot from its sedgy home, now a flock of plover. An old heron with upstretched neck is watching their every move, ready, when they get nearer, to fly lazily across the river and drop into the marsh beyond. Now it is a flock of golden plover which darkens the sky overhead and attracts their attention. Now they stop to gather mushrooms to eke out their slender fare. The girl's quick eye spies some kingcups, which are blooming here curiously out of season, and she stoops to pick the beautiful flowers, mindful of her kind old mother. So homeward go these Norfolk peasants, a naturalist in his own way each one of them. Shy of strangers at first, they improve upon acquaintance, and with Bishop Hall I agree, it is a sweet and civil country. The cutting and harvesting of the reed afford profitable employment to the broadman, marshman, or farmhand during the winter months, when other work is scarce. And whenever the weather permits, they may be seen busily plying the meek amid the tall yellow masses, or bringing the loaded marsh boat across the Broad. Reed is sold by the fathom. 6 sheaves make a fathom, and 60 fathoms go to the 100, for cutting which the sum of 30 shillings is paid by the reed farmer as wages, so that the men get just 1/2 penny for each bundle they cut and tie. The sum a man can earn in a day depends very much on the thickness of the crop. In a good bed where the reed grows very close together, he can earn 4 shillings by a good day's work. But in some places it is so thin and scattered that he may not be able to make more than 1. Here we see the usual method of getting the loaded boat along the narrow water arteries which intersect the marshes and afford communication with the reed beds. Sturdy of frame and strong-featured, a fine type of the Norfolk peasant is this tower. Then we have the men at the rick, on the Staithe, at the head of a long dike stretching far away into the distance. For storing, the reed is neatly packed in ricks and covered with sheaves placed so as to form a sloping thatch. Surplus stocks can thus be kept dry and in good marketable condition for years. The chief customers of the reed farmers are the builders and thatchers, and the price obtained varies from 5 to 6 pounds for the 100 fathoms, according to the length of the stems. What is called short reed is about 6 feet in length. This is used for thatching the roofs of farm buildings and dwelling houses, and if laid and fastened in workmanlike fashion, is very durable. A reed thatch of proper thickness will remain impervious to the weather for 50 years, or if the pitch of the roof be steep, so that the water has no chance to lie upon it, it will last 80 years and more. Many of the thatchers and workers in reed are very skillful at their trade and construct boathouses and summer houses entirely of reed, which are models of finish and neatness. The boatwrights use a shoof of reed to burn the old paint off the hulls when they wish to scrape them quite down, and also to melt the pitch when redressing the bottoms of wherries or marsh boats. One holds the flaming bundle to the surface while another plies the long-handled brush, and the pitch is thus burnt on.